Pittsburgh Steelers. The third of 3 games to finish up this Sunday. We might save the best for last. And off we go here in the wild card round. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line. So this is going to come out to the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. We'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Over the middle, he'll get it to Harrison. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch. Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
The Steelers send out their punter now. They'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game, without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there, because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
2nd and 10. Back to throw. Valentine. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to take this one down inside the 45. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Let's go now.
2nd and 1. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Alex Highsmith. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too.
Here we go, set. Cougar 19. 70 Timberwolves.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another first down as they call his number again. He's got 15 yards here.
First down, Jets.
Go!
Now they try the right side here. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Liking 18.
Looking to throw. Valentine. And he's got it. And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Valentine. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Jets will strike first here, this wild card matchup. I think that's the dream start right there. The defense stands up on the opening drive, then they go right down the field and score.
It's a positive start for your offense and your defense. And when you're talking about playoff football, what a great way to get things going.
Everything is magnified and amped up a little bit more.
To put it mildly.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
28-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That too.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Come on. Set. Bronco 80.
That's quickly out to Harrison. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Nice grab there for a guy coming off a terrific season, one that saw him have over 100 catches.
And when you have that many catches, that means you're a full part of the offense. And let's face it, he's been as good as anyone in the NFL this year. So it figures he's going to play a big role in whether his team can advance in the playoffs.
Come on. Set. Let go.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. That's DK Metcalf running the slant. He's got it. And he will have the Steelers first down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows first down.
Let's go.
1st and 10 at the 30.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Now wasted time going right back to DK Metcalf. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's a 2nd and 8. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is a defense that's certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And a gain of 3 on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Let's go now. Ready, go.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Excellent defensive effort to get to him and provide a little contact before the catch could be made cleanly.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Valentine.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sidelines will talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco.
24 yards. And the Steelers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Extra point right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They had the interception last drive, led to the tying touchdown, so 7-7 the score as they begin 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
The Jets, 1st down. A gain of 21 yards. And the Jets, 1st down.
7-7, our score after 1. The Jets with the football here to start the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Bronco switch, Bronco switch. Roll, snap. Cougar 19. Ready.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
73 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs.
Here we go, set.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And he'll take this down to the 33.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Ready. 19 target. Go.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one good for 33 and a first. It looks like a jumbo set with 3 tight ends here for first and goal. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Looking to throw. Valentine. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Gunnar Helm there to make the grab. And the Jets have taken the lead.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
Extra point splits the uprights. And that makes the score 14-7. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances. And he picks up nice yardage on that one.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
Let's go now. Ready?
Here's a quick throw to Freiermuth.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Big plays always wind up being a big theme as we get rolling these playoffs, and the defenses that can avoid giving them up, but they're the teams that tend to go far. You may not eliminate those big plays, but if you can limit them, then you've got a chance to get to the ultimate game.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big play that time on the catch and run, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs. So 3 plays already first and goal, and they are wasting little time.
Ready?
Oh, how about this on first and goal? And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
You got to be ready for anything when you play defense against this head coach. That is not something you'd expect to see here in the red zone, but it winds up getting him a few yards.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
79, Panther 60, Panther 60. Ready?
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
Viking 18.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. DK Metcalf from 4 yards out. And the Steelers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. The kick is through the uprights to tie this game, but hang on a second, we do have a flag.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Their own 35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together.
Let's go. Cowboy 80. Panther 60. Panther 60. Let's go.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll get this out to about the 40. Tackle made there by Budda Baker.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
2nd and 5. He'll let it go deep for Foster. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Here we go. Set. 18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal.
Back to throw. Valentine. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they built that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
They'll look to throw again. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10.
60 Bobcats. Ready. Hawk 70. Hawk.
Back to throw again. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And the Jets are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Let's go now.
Looking to throw. Valentine.
And check down, complete to Hall.
And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Valentine. Touchdown, Jets. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Jets are going to take the lead.
Well, that's just how they drew it up, CD. His first read was there, got it to him quickly, and into the end zone.
Absolutely excellent execution by all involved. And the coordinator, got to give him credit, found the perfect play call. Quarterback let it fly as soon as the target came free, and his guy made a nice catch. Just how you draw it up in practice and then execute it in the game.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They'll look for a drive to tie this up, down 21-14 as they have it 1st and 10. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35.
Come on, come on.
They'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Here we go. Cowboy 80. 79 Broncos. Ready.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Cup 19. Cup 60.
They're going to look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
70 Timberwolves. Hurt. Panther 11.
They'll drop to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 23. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Ready up. 19 Lions. 18. Shot. 60 Maverick. Bronco 80.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that will bring up 2nd down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this 1st half. A passing look here. 5 receivers in the formation on 2nd and 4.
Viking 18.
Back to throw here. And it's caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the 1st half. Extra point forthcoming. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Let's go now.
And they've got just under 50 seconds, so time enough to try to work their way downfield if they so choose. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Mustang 19. Go.
Looking to throw. Valentine. He's got his target. That's complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Jet first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
Throw left side complete. That's Reyes. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter.
On the set.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Back to throw. Valentine. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Ready? Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready, ready.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
This one finds Wilson downfield.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
A final shot before break. Valentine. And that'll be incomplete. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Both teams trying to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the 2nd half of this AFC wildcard game. Green able to dance free.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And, CD, we are in for a very intriguing 2nd half. This is what we wanted, all tied. This is what postseason football is all about.
It certainly is. And doesn't it speak to the parity in the NFL? Roughly half the teams that made the playoffs a year before miss the next year, get replaced. We know it's an any given Sunday mentality. Nothing's easy in the playoffs, but when you have your shot, they're eager to seize it.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Valentine. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Reyes. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
Ready,
From the
set.
24 now, here's 2nd and 9.
60 broadcast. 19 target. Go.
Back to throw. Valentine. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
70 Timberwolves. Ready.
From the gun on 3rd down. Valentine. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. With that catch, he goes over 100 yards receiving on the night. Looking to throw. Valentine. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
Let go. Panther 11. Panther 11.
2nd and 9 now. He's got Wilson, and that's a Jets touchdown. A 9-yard touchdown there. And the Jets have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Point after here coming up. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game.
Jets 28, Steelers 21.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a nice return, but he's going to pay for it as they knock him down hard at the end.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because...
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 42 yards. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the 2nd half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big game.
A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
He'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
Bronco 80.
Looking to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going across the formation, he finds Freiermuth. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. No move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5.
Let's go.
They'll set up to throw. And he is caught. He will have the conversion and more than that. And he he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. DK Metcalf with his second touchdown of the night. And the Steelers take a chance, but they find pay dirt on 4th and goal. Point after, right down the middle. And we are all tied at 28. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first two drives of the third quarter, one for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Here we go. Here we go. Cowboy 80.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Reyes. And he's got this down to the 35. That's good for a Jet first down, a gain of 13.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up. They've got to find answers, and they've got to find them quick.
Ready?
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage. But you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Jets have moved out in front here in the final minute of the third quarter. Extra point right down the middle. And they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. Third quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
Grab 50, grab 50.
Yard line.
Get him. Hawk 7.
Back to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Again, he'll drop to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
First down. First and goal at the 8-yard line.
Come on. Set. Panther 6. Ready.
And they'll run it here. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Set.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. Point after try forthcoming. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
That ties the game. 35-35.
Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives. All tied, 4th quarter as the kick is away here.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Ready, set.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now.
And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. 154 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
19 Cardinals. 19 tight. 19 tight. 70 Lions.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
He's got room at the 30.
And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
And partner, in a tie game in the fourth quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars, and he came through with a nice catch right there.
19 Chargers, go!
Back to throw now on 1st down. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Jets answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth.
Now for the point after. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Jets 42, Steelers 35.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. If they want to advance in this divisional round, look, obviously the time is now. Trailing here in the fourth as they go to work on a crucial drive, 1st and 10. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 40-yard line.
On the jump.
He'll drop to throw.
He'll get that complete to Harrison.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
59 yards.
And the Steelers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth.
Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives. All tied, fourth quarter, as the kick is away here.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
Got it. Ready?
The New York offense taking over for their next possession.
And it's all on the line now, all even in this wild card matchup. Maybe their most important drive of the season coming up right now here, 1st and 10.
Give them 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the fourth quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
Ready?
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Over the middle, complete. It's Green. And he's brought down. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back 1st downs.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Reyes.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Back to throw again. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
At the 7-yard line.
Here we go. First and goal.
Let's go now. Hawk 70, Hawk 7. Ready.
Now a handoff working right. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Go. Clean up. 70, Timberwolf. Ready.
On second and goal, they'll give it to him again. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. So stuff for no gain on second down brings up a pretty interesting third from this distance.
I'm throwing the ball, and I'm not even thinking about play pass. I'm going to let him know right away I'm throwing it, but I'm probably giving my quarterback some room, sprint him out to one side or the other, and give him an opportunity. If it breaks down, he can take off and run for it.
Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. This crowd doing all they can. Here's third and goal.
Get it. 60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll try to run it here with Hall. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here we go. The noise deafening. 4th and goal.
70. Warriors 70. Panther 11. Panther 11. Let's go. Ready, ready.
Back to throw. Valentine. Got a man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Jets have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
The kick is good.
Extra point splits the uprights, and they will take a 7-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's brought down after a very nice gain.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
He'll look to throw. Going for it all. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down one. That extra point is not a gimme.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Both these teams fighting for their playoff lives, all tied fourth quarter as the kick is away here. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. It's 79 Broncos. Viking 18. Past the 50. Past the 50.
They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
Looking to throw. Valentine. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. The way he's throwing the football today, almost a surprise when he doesn't complete a pass like happened there, but he needs a few more to get his guys downfield.
Well, the way he's thrown it leads him to believe that he's going to get those completions. And that means the guys going out for passes, they'll run even harder because they expect it as well.
Here's 2nd down.
Buffalo 18. 19 tight. 19 tight. 60 Bobcats. 60 Bobcats.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Reyes. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Dragon 60.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Going old reliable there to the slot on 3rd down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with the bigger guy to try and use size? You got to go with the quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. And the kick is good. He got it. And it's official now. They're going to the playoffs. Well, 1 win down, still 3 to go to get to the most hallowed ground in sports, but a good start.
A terrific start because they get to move on. Unfortunately for the team that lost, it's a long offseason ahead for them now.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Pittsburgh.
What defines my name? What defines my name? NAS. What defines my name? NAS. what defines my name.
Name existed forever, means victory, helper. Whole name means protector, shortened it by 2 letters, without the IR at the end. The reincarnated Gil Scott living in the again. The World Cup in Moscow with a blonde who's a 10. Pen when I speak is like a lottery win. Quote my total, multi-mogul. So fly out to walk in any spot, every be soaking. From a time when was stronger, today's streets are calmer. They used to kill for shade sneaks and bombers. My name existed forever. Before Christians came in America, even better. With click sounds in their mouths was language for humans. With stick figures and K's, my name's written fluid. Nasty like way before even Rome had a sewage. For 50,000 years ago, if I could choose its origin, since there's nothing to gain by assuming, I'ma say the definition of my name, the truest. I shocked them like real product. Creep with baddies in sequence, dresses with high strung. Fresh off the jet, you can see my vision where I've come. How much time y'all got? Yo, Preem, let's drop something.
What defines my name? What defines my name?